Hello, this is Grandma's Gone Gaming. I'm going to start the third portion of the Villages and Villagers tutorial, and to do that I need to show you how to make the Splash Potion of Weakness and the Golden Apple that we need to cure a zombie villager. Now when I actually go over there into the crafted village that we've done, I'm going to get both of those out of the creative inventory because I'm not set up over there to make this brewing center that I have here already set up in this map, which is my mini villages map, and this is Cliffside Village. Now I have in here a cauldron that's filled with water, and I have that will give me I can fill 3 water bottles from there, and I'm going to do so right now because I'm going to not waste my time. I'm going to make 3 because I use these for this. So I filled 1 bottle, 2 bottles, and 3 bottles, and then that's empty. In order to use the cauldron again, I have to put a bucket of water in there. But I now have 3 bottles of water, which will not stack, unfortunately. So then I'm going to make an awkward potion. You can use mundane potion, awkward potion, a thick potion, or I think you can just use water also to make your potion of weakness. Before I do that, okay, I'll go ahead and make that first. You've got to click on the bottom of the brewing stand, and you put your 3 bottles of water at the bottom because that's where we want the stuff to go into to make the potion. And I'm going to put nether wart up here, and that will fill these 3 bottles with nether wart inside of the water bottles. Now to make the brewing stand, you would use a blaze rod in the center of your crafting grid, and you would put a row of 3 cobblestone at the bottoms, and then you would take it out and you would get one of these brewing stands, which is just the stand, not, I have it sitting on a plank block. Now that nether wart went down in there. You get both the nether wart and the blaze rod from the nether. You kill blazes to get the blaze rod, and you can find the nether wart around the nether growing, especially in fortresses. And then you can grow it on soul sand out, which is also found in the nether, out in your own world. So we have the awkward potion now, and I'm going to go ahead and take those out of there. And then I'm going to show you how to make a fermented spider eye, which we need to do next. So I'm going to close this, and we'll go over here to the crafting table, and you make any combination of 3 with a brown mushroom. Have to have the brown one, and a sugar, and a spider eye. And you can put those in any arrangement as long as they're in a group of 3. I can put that down here and it doesn't make any difference. I can trade the place here, it doesn't make any difference. As long as you have all 3 of them in there, I think you can even just put them in like that. As long as they're all together, which they would be when you put in 3. Oh, you can't separate. I don't think you can separate them. Yes, you can. Look at that. Any 3 spots in there and you can make a fermented spider eye. Okay, so that is what we need to put into the awkward potion to make a potion of weakness. And so the first thing I'm going to do is put my awkward potion back down in here. If I already had the fermented spider eye in there, I could have just left them in there. And then I'm going to go ahead. You can only do 1 ingredient at a time. We're going to have to add 2 other ingredients, but we're going to start to get where we want to go. We're going to start with the spider eye, and that will make a regular potion of weakness. It'll be a low-grade one. It will be, they all have 0.5 attack damage, but this will say, I think it is 1:30, which is, I guess it means it's a 1 minute and 30-second effect. As you can see, it's weakness 1:30. And so that's what we have now, but we want to make that stronger, and we can do that by putting in redstone. So we just leave them in there and add the redstone. Redstone always equals power. So when it comes out, it will be a 4. It will be a level of 4 weakness potion. Now if we wanted to just use the weakness potion on ourselves, which I'm not sure why we would want to do that, then we could just leave it at this. But you would then consume it by using it just like you would eat your food. But I don't want to do that. I need a splash potion of weakness so that it can be thrown at the zombie villager. So whenever you want to make a splash potion, you have to put in gunpowder. That's indicative of its explosive power. So we've already made it stronger with the redstone, and then we add the gunpowder, and we end up with a power 3 splash potion. Now watch what happens to the bottles when the gunpowder is finished brewing. the neck turns itself over and you get a little beaker. So you have the splash potion of weakness with weakness 3, and you just take that out, and then you can use it. That's what you use first when you get your zombie villager into a place where you can throw it at him and make him weak. And that's a good thing to do before you want to try to lure him into maybe a place that you've made to trap him, because he's going to have to stay in that little trap place in order to get the cure, and he will go through withdrawals and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to need an apple, and I have 8 gold ingots here. It used to be that you could use, I believe, 8 gold nuggets, but I'm believing that that's the case anyway. I can't remember for sure. But now, at least I know that it takes 8 gold nuggets, ingots, not nuggets, and you make them go around in a frame like that, and then you add the apple in the middle, and you get a golden apple. And I don't have any more apples, and I'm not going to take these over to the crafted village anyway because it's not in the same map. So what I'm going to do is just put these away, but after you hit your zombie villager with the splash potion of weakness, then when you get him into the place where he's going to cure, hit him with the golden apple. And then he will go through his little shakes and shivers and all of that. And and then he will finally, after a matter of time, it varies a little, but it's a fairly short period of time. Then you'll hear a big noise, and actually you hear a bigger noise when he goes into the shakes. Then you hear kind of a triumphant noise when he comes out, and he will start going, huh, instead of going, whoa, and you know that he's cured. So then he becomes a regular villager, of which type you have no idea until it happens. Okay, so I have a bunch of these here. Obviously, this is my map where I make small villages around, and if you haven't seen my Mini Villages series, they are also on YouTube, and you can take a look and see what I've created. It doesn't have as much teaching in it, it just has more showing. So I am going to leave you now, and then I'll come back with hopefully a trapped zombie villager that I will have used the splash potion of weakness and a golden apple out of creative, since I'm just using things that way instead of trying to take all the time to build them over here. But I wanted to show you how to do it first. So after I'm done with this, we'll go into the next part, and you'll see how they are used, or at least what happens after they're used, depending on how I'm able to engineer it. So I'll see you then. Thanks. Okay, so now that you know what it takes to make the splash potion of weakness and the golden apple, and now that you know that I also got what I needed here in creative mode rather than having to make all that, because I didn't want to take the time to go into the nether and do all the stuff that I needed for the brewing station and all that. Anyway, I wanted to show you that I now have a zombie villager entrapped in here. He has been hit with the splash potion of weakness and the golden apple, and as you can see, his poor eyes are all red. He's got the shakes. He's definitely in withdrawal. He should be turning into a regular villager at any time, and I enclosed him in this place so that the sun wouldn't get to him and cause him to burn up like any of the other zombies. And I had built these little gates over here, by the gates, in order to hopefully catch one in there. But I did actually had this guy on his way in there, and he has turned now. He was going into this one here, and creepers crept up on me and blew everything up there, and I had to rebuild it. And then I was able to find him again, and he was still wandering around out here, and so I just he was getting pretty weak by then, so I threw this little cage up around him. So now what I want to do is get him to come over here, and that's going to be a pretty easy thing to do. I don't think I'll even build anything around him. I'm just going to push him over there. Oops, I need to put my pickaxe down in there. Just get him out of here. Just go ahead and take this cage off of him, and he is a librarian. So he will be starting our little village, and since I know that, I can get him some bookshelves too out of creative. He was doing the whole thing in creative here, but It's been my experience that even if you don't build the different things that are in the um, different villages that you'll find out in the natural, that if you kind of take the elements that are in those and you create a little place for your villagers to go, like I will probably make a little area for a butcher shop. I can put a couple of bookshelves in one of the little cubicles, and we'll call that the library. And then this guy will probably spend a little bit of time in there. But then, you know, you never know. I don't know. He might spend more time somewhere else because they do that. But those are the trappings of the library, are the books. So we'll see what he'll do. And I'm going to just push him in here and in the door. There you go. In there. I know it's not a door that you want, but once you get inside of there, you'll find out that this is a place where you want to be. Oh, and I had to choose the one that has a step to go up. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and close him in here so he can't get out. And then I'm going to go in one of the other gates because I am in survival mode now, not in creative. And I'll go open the gate in here, and hopefully he'll just decide that he wants to come on up. Come on up. You can come in. So once the gate's open, and we'll go out here and like open a couple doors and let him know there's some doors in here. He should come right on in. Now he's up on this part now, so fill that in so then we can maybe get him to just go inside the fence now. Yeah, you can come on in. Here we go. I'm going to shut this off so we can't get in that little hidey hole. Shut that off. And while he's in there, I'm going to go outside and take off that outside part. Just stay busy. Whoops. Close. Okay, there we go. And then he should be heading in there to find his new home any moment now. Usually doesn't take them too long once they realize that there are doors there. Especially as it's going to be getting dark, he's going to be looking for a door to go hide in. There he went. He's already in. I hear a door shut, and I'm pretty sure he's not in here any longer. He is not. So we will shut these gates, and then I can go ahead and close this back up because I still have to get another villager to be able to have two villagers who will then mate and breed. So for right now, just in case, hopefully we'll catch another one out here before too long. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and feed him something because there is no farmer here and he will be hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and gather the ripe wheat that's here from when I went out and got seeds and planted. And I can give him the wheat and he will make himself some bread. So we'll get this done here so that it's replanted so that it'll be growing again. And as you can see, it grows just fine in the snow. No problems there. I have another wheat patch. It's not that one. And now the zombies have already begun to find this place, and it should be easier to find a second zombie villager because with the other zombies they will congregate right around the fence more than likely. So I should be able to fairly easily get the second one. Douse him with the weakness potion and one of the golden apples, and then entrap him. Yay! Okay, so now I gotta find out where the little guy went. He's in this one right here, I think. Nope, he's in one of these. I can hear him. There he is. Which is why the zombies are congregated over here by this gate. Okay, so now we're just going to give him this food. Now I could throw it to him from that slot like that. Or, since he's the only one here, I can just throw it out there like that and he'll pick it up. Except that he didn't go pick it up. Come on, you can have it. Really, you can. It's your food. And absorb. Come on, there you go. You got that bunch. So I'll just throw this bunch at him over here. There you go. Pick up that one too. There you go. Now he can make bread. And that's what the new villagers do. They feed themselves. If there's a farmer, he will harvest and then come feed the others. But this guy is a librarian. So I'll go ahead and leave him here. And I'm going to just see if there happens to be another zombie villager out here. If there did, if there was, it would make it a lot easier, but he's just a regular zombie. With that, since the rest of the video got a little bit messed up, I will end part 3 of the Villages and Villagers tutorial, and when I come back with part 4, I'll discuss an alternate way, or maybe a couple of alternate ways, to get your first 2 villagers in your crafted village. Thank you for being here for part 3.